So I mentioned that I wonder if you know Will. Oh, yeah, I know.
All right, we are streaming.
He's your chair.
So everything you're saying, the world is listening.
It's great.
We're live.
And we do not have a chair and the vice chair are absent tonight, so we need to elect a temporary chair as the first item of business.
I'll make a motion to approve, recommend that we approve Krista. No? No, Krista Creech as our chair for this evening's meeting. Looking for a second.
Second.
I don't remember the protocols. People. Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Krista, you'll be great.
Welcome to the Kaysville City Planning Commission meeting. It's April 25th, 2024, 7 p.m. We are going to get started. We're going to welcome and meeting order. So our first item is declaration of conflict of interest.
No?
Okay, we'll get on to business. So the first, what we're going to talk about is number 3, conditional use permit of major B home occupation of MORF renovations located at 478 South, 875 East for Marvin Hawes.
All right, this item is mine. Is Marvin here? Hi. We've been phone buddies for a couple of weeks, so it's nice to put a name or face to the name, voice. Glad you're here. Marvin applied, well, he is in the process of getting his contractors. We've had a couple of these come before us, so he's working to get his contractor's license through Doppel. In the meantime, we thought we'd get started with the conditional use permit for his address at 478 South, 875 East. It's an R18 single-family dwelling, and we're applying for a major B home occupation. As you can see right here on his property, it's 0.71 acres, so a little over 30,000 square feet. And as you can see right here, we've got a large driveway leading to the back of his property. And he's going to be doing remodeling and construction for residents and some outdoor landscaping. However, there's no trailers. Everything will be delivered on site and pretty low maintenance towards for any traffic or whatever for the neighborhood. Once he does have his Doppel license, then we'll continue his business approval so that he can go ahead and get started. I will say that I think you had one phone call, and then I've had 3 different phone calls from neighbors, nothing in opposition, just more out of curiosity, and it was really fun to tell them that it was going to be a multifamily dwelling unit of 4 stories. None of them liked it. They didn't think it, no, just kidding. I only told one of them because it was my friend. It was a joke.
That's a joke.
Anyway, it was a friend of mine that lives next door to you, actually. And so most of the calls were just regarding curiosity and what was going on. So we are recommending, we've done approvals of obviously we're still working through Doppel. However, it fits the zone. He is registered with the Utah State Department of Commerce, and staff is recommending approval for this conditional use permit located at 478 South, 875 East for more renovations with any conditions that Planning Commission feel are necessary based on our regulations with conditional uses. And the applicant is here for any questions that you may have for him.
I have a question. Can you approach? Do you have any outside employees? Is it just you, or do you have employees?
Currently it's just me. I suspect maybe probably through this summer, or probably just be me.
Okay.
And then
So in the future going forward, will you have employees coming to the home? This is not a gotcha, just yes or no.
Typically, no, but not that I'd turn them away, but I mean,
Yeah.
mostly just on job sites.
Okay. Will they be doing any work on site when they come? Will they be doing any work at your property?
Not that I foresee.
Okay. That's really the only question I had.
Okay.
The reason I asked that is because I used to regulate people like Melinda and Mindy do. And we had a contractor in a city that will go unnamed that had their employees, which were quite a few, they would come every morning, coffee up, talk, and then get their assignments and go out for the day.
Oh, I see.
And then he paid them pretty much every day or once a week, or I can't remember, but it was quite often where there would be like 10 trucks at the house all at the same time. And it got to be a problem where people said, hey, so eventually
Sure.
we had to encourage that
Yeah,
person to relocate.
employee-wise, I think maybe 2 or 3 at the most, but I'm mostly going to be trying to develop relationships with some subcontractors
Okay.
and so forth.
Okay, that's all I had. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
You bet.
Any other questions? No? Thanks.
Thanks.
Is this where I say we're open for a motion? What
Is this a public hearing? It's not a public hearing? Oh, I will make a motion.
Okay.
This is not to recommend, it is to approve, correct? Or to deny, or to continue, table? What? Yeah. Yeah. I will make, this Commissioner Allred, I will make a motion that we approve that we can approve the conditional use permit for a Major B home occupation for Morph Renovations at 478 South, 875 East for the applicant Marvin Hawes, and that our findings for approval are based upon the regulations found in the Kaysville City Code, specifically Section 17-30, conditional uses, and 17-26-4, major home occupation B, regulations for contractors. And also upon the findings that the staff has vetted this application thoroughly and has recommended to recommended to the Planning Commission that this application is in compliance with the city zoning ordinance and the Utah State Department of Commerce. And item D, under the recommendations of approval, are that the business will not have an adverse effect on the use, enjoyment, and valuation of the property in the proposed neighborhood. As the motioner on this, I would say that I am in complete agreement with that I don't believe that this home occupation, even with the testimony of the applicant that there may be employees coming to the home on occasion, that this will not be a problem and that they will not be doing work on the property itself, but rather coming here and there, that we don't view this as a problem in the neighborhood. So those are the findings for the recommendation that I make in my motion, and then I would recommend that as a planning commission, we add a condition of approval that, even though it's been mentioned in the staff report, that that the approval of this does not go into effect, or the business license may not be issued until he has DOPL approval. Basically, he's okay to go ahead, but this approval is based on that as well. The Planning Commission does not give permission until that becomes in effect.
The DOPL license.
Oh, they've come through? Okay, then I'll amend my motion to just say that must be given to staff. Make sure the city has, and that is my motion.
I second that motion.
We'll start with Commissioner Packer.
Aye. Aye, sorry.
Aye.
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 Okay. Next item of agenda is the approval of minutes from the March 28th, 2024 Planning Commission meeting. The commission has a hard copy and has had a chance to review that. want to make a motion to approve those?
I didn't have any concerns about the minutes. I don't know about anybody else, but I read through them. They looked accurate to me.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for March 28th, 2024.
I'll second that.
Krista, all those in favor?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're on to agenda point number 5, call to the public. So this is where those of you that are in attendance are welcome to approach and state your name, and we can go from there, if you're interested.
May I just add?
Yes, you may.
We, with the amendment of our bylaws early this year, removed this item from our agenda, but we did not remove it from our agenda template in the software that we use. So it's on this evening. We'll honor the call to the public, and we will amend our template so that it's not included in the future.
So in the future, if there were those that wanted to have a call to the public, how would they go about executing that?
So when we amended the bylaws, we discussed this at length, but essentially the planning commission really isn't the appropriate
coming
party
back.
to come and have a discussion with. So we would refer people to the city council.
Understood.
As, you know, they are just far more appropriate to have discussions with residents and give direction to staff, and that just is not the role of the planning commission.
Well, and from my part, I think it's effective, Melinda and Mindy, when you guys send out queries that you've gotten. That really keeps us in the loop. And in essence, that kind of acts as a call to the public, you know, to let us know what's going on. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, and to let the audience know, we do have a method for anybody to contact the planning commission at any time through our website. We did have 2 different inquiries this week that, again, just were not appropriate for the planning commission to address. They only hear applications that have been submitted, vetted by staff, and are on the agenda. So as staff, we did respond to those inquiries and let the planning commission know that we had responded to that as well. So there is a way for, you know, residents to do that.
And it is, I will note too, that staff is super efficient at forwarding all requests that come in through them. And so our whole commission has a chance to vet and peruse those at length. And so it's nice that, you know, citizens can feel like they're being heard. I still have to argue that I do kind of like the old school way, but I understand the need to make it more efficient and to still know that your voice is being heard. So for tonight, we're going to respect that. So if anyone would like to approach them, I don't know what the term is. If you want to come and chat, we're here and we are, whatever. What's the verbiage here? Yeah.
3 minutes.
3 minutes, yeah.
Can I ask a question before I even do it?
I don't know.
Is this something I can ask reference to number 3, or is that done? Like, can I just ask a question?
Yeah, I mean, that agenda item is completed, but if the chair would,
If not,
Can I ask a question to your question? Is it something that can be answered by the applicant?
yes, sir.
Then maybe we don't need to do it here, but you can ask the applicant outside of the meeting.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Moving right along.
Okay, I guess we'll close the call to the public. Okay, other matters that have come before the planning commission. We have reports, correspondence, and calendar.
okay, well, I'll let you all know, we did have some staff turnover, so we wish Dan Jessup well in his next phase of life and retirement. We should get the senior planner position posted on Monday, and if any of you know anyone who would be great at that role, we would love to have you send that announcement on. I will send that out to the planning commission, just so you're aware it's posted, and like I said, if you know of anyone, please feel free to refer them to me and the city website. The APA Spring Conference will be held in Cedar City, I think it's March 9th and 10th. I will be on vacation that week, so it's kind of a big darn it moment because,
You meant May?
May?
You said March.
oh, yeah, May.
Okay.
Yeah,
May 9th and 10th?
yes. Do we have a time machine to go back to March? Apologies about that. So, darn it, I won't be there to try and recruit a senior planner, but if anyone is attending,
people, yeah.
you know, please let them know that we are awesome in Kaysville and fun to work with. And, you know, we're hoping that with some of the projects we have coming up, that we'll be able to attract some really good
Yeah.
candidates for that. Other than that, we are, and actually, okay, so if we do have a couple of commissioners out of town, we may need our alternates for that evening if we end up having a planning commission meeting. So we are, especially because I'm going to be gone, we are hoping to cancel that meeting. So we'll let you know as the time comes for that application cutoff. But I can tell you right now, we won't have any rezones or text amendments. So the time to post those is passed already. So
Would you like us to indicate now whether or not we'll be here?
sure.
That might help you decide
Yeah,
now
sure.
whether or
I
not to
mean,
cancel.
obviously, you can't come to the meeting from Cedar City that night. So we know two of you won't be here.
I will not be, I will be
Okay,
away from the mainland,
okay.
so one down,
I'll be at the conference.
May
I'll be at
9th,
9th and 10th.
Thursday, May 9th?
Choir, family performance.
Oh, so you won't be here.
Won't be here.
Okay.
And there's 2,
I'm out.
3, 4. Oh, you already
So
don't
We may
have
not even have a quorum. Okay.
4 right here.
I can come, but I'll be here by myself.
Well,
Okay.
we have alternates, right?
Okay, yeah. Well, so that may not even be a
Sounds
possibility.
like you already know.
Okay. I don't think I have anything else unless the commission has anything to add. Great.
I'll just say thank you, as usual, for the good job you guys do.
Thanks.
Really appreciate the packets electronically, and staff reports get right to the point. And thank you for your work in vetting this stuff before it gets here.
You're welcome.
Melinda, when can you start doing anything on that grant that you got for the central plan?
Yes, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's one of the things that I'm hoping would be very attractive to someone who wants to apply for the senior planner, to be involved in a project like that. So funds would be available July 1, but given the staffing that we have had, and I've already had, I think, 5 or maybe even 6 consultants reach out with interest. I've told them to check back with me in June, and then the intent would be to hopefully around October 1st have a selected proposal and consultant to bring forward to the council in Wasatch Front for approval. So we would be working on scoping in, August, early September, get the RFP out, and then hopefully have selection in October.
Will you be looking for volunteers to sit on the selection committee or to vet the?
Yeah, I think we will
Okay.
want to create some type of a committee. That's a great thought. I've thought, we would want to have some business owners, maybe somebody who has a presence on Main Street, just kind of get a good stakeholder group that can represent a variety of different, areas of the city or of the city center area, and then also just the variety of uses that we would have. Similar to what we did with the general plan.
The reason I ask is obvious. Having done this many, many times, if you are interested in an outside opinion or inside opinion, be happy to give it.
Thank you.
Done, so many of these small area plans, master plans, stuff like that. So I have some thumbs up I would give on some people,
Yeah.
or the process, if needed. I don't want to be overbearing, but
Yeah.
happy to
well,
help.
When that time comes, we'll definitely put a call out for people to participate on that group and kind of have a formalized kickoff meeting and a schedule and all of that. So that's a great thought.
Do we motion to adjourn? Do we need a motion to adjourn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's motion to adjourn. All that are in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you for coming, public, and those that are streaming online.